Alright everybody, welcome to the Penn State LCS. Today's game is between Team Red Apple and Where's My Jungler. I'm joined here by Doug. My name's Rudy. How's it going, Doug?
It's going good. I'm showcasting again tonight, which came out of the blue, but that's always fun.
Yeah, that's one thing
The best showcasting is the unexpected showcasting.
Which does happen quite a bit, actually, in the Penn State. Sometimes it's like, hey, we have a game tonight, can you cast? It's always like, yeah, sure. I'll just find a co-caster quick. I don't know about you, but I don't think I'm able to actually get in to spectate this game for Champ Select. I just have a black screen right now. Were you able to get in?
Yeah, I'm here, actually. I do have the new client, so that didn't explode on me, which is nice. So far, it's just Graves, and now Kha'Zix has been banned. So we got Where's My Jungler and the Red Apple, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Oh, wow, we're getting in. This is just taking so long to get in. Holy crap.
So we got Graves and Jace banned out by Where's My Jungler so far. Well, the Red Apple has taken out Kha'Zix.
Oh, they did switch on us. Okay.
Oh, and you're in now.
Yep, I finally was able to make it in. I just gotta switch one thing up on my overlay because they are not going on the same pick side. That I'm guessing in this case that Team Red Apple actually decided to go and pick the red side. Granted, they are playing a best of 2, so it really doesn't matter on the first game of if you're blue or red. But I believe you get choice when you're first on the standings, even though these are both relatively the same level. These teams are both fighting for their top 5 spot, which is going to give them a good chance to make playoffs.
I mean, if you're going to have a name like the Red Apple, wouldn't you want to coordinate it? You want to be on red side as much as you can?
That is true. I just learned from Ian, one of the coordinators of the club, that it's actually there's no rules defining side choice since you get one on each side. So whatever the teams decide. But we are going to see that Orianna lock-in, and I'm really liking the mid lane focus and then picking a mid laner right away.
Yeah, we got at least 2 mid lane bans there with Jace and Syndra, and one on Azir as well from the other side. And yeah, immediate lock-in on Orianna, knowing that that might not last another round. And you know, we both love Orianna. Super safe, very flexible, great team fighter, great laner. Kind of does it all.
Playmaker as well.
Yep. And it's going to be an Rengar locked in for Zarkra there.
I like this.
That's likely their jungle pick.
Yeah, with the Kha'Zix ban, I'm really liking the Rengar pick just because there's not a lot of those big style, especially with Graves gone too, there's not a lot of those big style AD assassin junglers still open. So I'm really liking that they went ahead and went with that Rengar. And actually, Jaws right here, I actually got to talk to him a couple of weeks ago about, he's actually a Darius one trick. So him getting that Darius is really huge.
Yeah, not often do one-trick players get their one-trick thing. And he did have a ban of Poppy against him, which I guess poor scouting, perhaps. We'll have to see how that works out. Now we have Nocturne being hovered over here by Watangelo. W-Tangelo? I'm not really sure.
I've been saying Watangelo, but I don't think I've ever gotten a 100% confirmation that that's the correct way to pronounce his name. So Watangelo, whichever you want to go with.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be Tangelo because it's got the, I don't know. Oh, it's not gonna be Nocturne. It's gonna be Zach. Simple team fight initiation. That's really what Zach does. Jumps into the team fight, blobs around. There's not much to him, but it's a really effective champion. Combined with an Orianna, can set up some sweet team fight initiations.
Yeah, it's definitely a great ball delivery system, and we are going to see the Jin Hover, which did just recently get nerfed. It was only a little bit. His ultimate now just doesn't slow as much, which is now something that I get to get used to because I'm a Jin main myself, so that's something I have to play around with to get used to that slow not being there anymore. But besides that, he wasn't touched too much, besides also the lethality nerfs on Yumu's, and I believe Edge and Knight was nerfed as well, or was supposed to be?
No, I believe Edge of Night is untouched this patch as they continue to decide how to nerf it. They're like, we need to nerf this item. We just don't know how yet, so we're going to not nerf it for another patch. But you're right, Ghostblade is now at 15 lethality, like the other 2 lethality items, so it's now just been normalized. So less of an obvious first purchase there. You know, it always used to be get the big lethality item first. I'm curious if that changes build paths for the heavy lethality builds, or if it just has no effect whatsoever other than slightly weakening those champions itself.
The fact that the lethality items are still so cost effective, I feel like they're still going to be big. I feel like it's still going to probably be Yumu's first.
I don't think the idea of building lethality will be changed.
Oh, no.
I think Edge of Night could be a first, because that is still a super really powerful item.
Yeah, and as if it's being untouched right now. I think maybe it was PvE I saw where I think they're adding 15 seconds to the cooldown, which if they do that, and I think they're also removing some lethality on it, that would probably make it pretty balanced, because at, 45 seconds now? That's extremely short, and you're able to just use it if, like, I think we're going to engage... Okay, no, we didn't. Is it 40 seconds? Okay, yeah. It's at a perfect spot where you can be like, I'm going to use it if I think they're going to engage. Or they're not, I'll just play safe for the next 30 seconds. As it actually it's like 20 some now that it's off cooldown. Then it's like, okay, I'll go. I have it back up now. So there's a very small window of when that's actually on cooldown, and I'm really liking this Caitlyn and Thresh pickup. I love the aggressiveness that they could have in the bot side.
Yeah, this is a super flexible lane. Thresh and Caitlyn are both very kind of Swiss Army knife champions. Caitlyn fits into nearly any composition, can be the late game carry, can be a good strong laner, and can be just the tower sieger to complement any sort of team comp. And Thresh, similar. Can peel, can initiate, can't heal, but he does have a shield. And he can bail your AD carry or someone else out of some very tricky situations with his lantern, of course. So
there might be a Renekton pickup here, and that is, the Renekton is going to be up against the Darius, and I'm not too sure on how this matchup is, but the one thing I know about Renekton is if he's not able to get ahead early and be able to bully that lane, he does kind of fall off.
Well, the same goes for Darius, though, and I'm not really sure who falls off harder here. I actually feel like this is a slightly Darius-favored lane that actually scales in Renekton's favor, which you obviously don't say that very frequently, like scaling in Renekton's favor, but I believe that's how this lane's supposed to go. I haven't seen these in a while, though.
But yeah, being melee against Darius is usually a death wish, so we're going to have to see how Xavier plays against Jaws, because one thing we know, Jaws knows the champion extremely well, so this is probably a matchup he's played quite often, so he knows how to play against Renekton on this Darius. And the one thing I like is that Renekton's going to have to build tank, because he's going to be the sole tank of the team, unless we're going to see Zarka there go with that pseudo-tank Rengar build, which hasn't really been working too well. But for Jaws, he has Matangelo there, just going to get very tanky, because that's what Zach loves. He loves tank items, so I feel like it really favors that Darius, where he could still get those damage items while Renekton's almost forced to build tanky.
Yeah, I absolutely think you're right there. There is no supplementary tankiness at all here. I mean, Rengar can go tanky sometimes, but he will only be like partial tank still, when, as you're right, Zach will be 100% tank items. The most offensive he'll get is like the Cinder Hulk.
Yeah,
there's a little bit of a burn there.
That was
that's all you get. So,
but yeah, so you're probably right by that. I've seen some people actually go with what's the AP jungle item?
You can go Leandries or that's true actually. I've seen occasionally go Runic Echoes?
Runic Echoes, that's it.
Yeah.
It's rare that you see it just because of that bonus health you get from the Cinder Hulk is just so good. It's really rare that you would go with that AP item instead of getting Cinder Hulk. But as we say this into the game, really just average mid lane fight. It's going to be Party Duck on the Victor. It's going to be Rum on this Orianna. This is a matchup we've seen many, many times, and both these champions I don't feel like they're not going to be meta in really ever. Just because Victor has amazing wave clear, great burst damage, great rolling potential, and then your Orianna is the same.
Even if they're not at the front of the meta, you're absolutely right. They can fit in anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, you can always slide them and go, hey, we can pick this guy. Huge AoE damage on Victor. Great zone control with his W. Trying to remember what the name of that is. Name of skills is going to be tough for me. It's been a while. But yeah, and similar to Orianna, we talked about her already, but just 2 champions that can wave clear, lane just fine in team fight. Great. So there's no complaints on those champions. You know, neither of them have super great mobility, obviously, because they're mages.
Yeah.
But if you position properly, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm really liking these team comps too, because one thing we did see in the BTN series was that sometimes teams would have a draft where they would have absolutely no wave clear, so if they got behind, there was no way to come back in the game. Completely opposite of this game. There's a lot of wave clear for both teams. Victor by himself does a lot, but then he also has the help from Zyra. Jhin is a little slow, but he can still do a little bit with his autos. And then you have Caitlyn and Orianna, who are just wave clear machines. It's going to be perfectly fine. If the teams fall behind, they have a way to turtle. They're not going to be forced to basically force fights because they can't protect their towers.
Yeah, there is no AP Sona, I believe is what you're saying.
Oh God, yeah. Who played that? Which team was it again?
It was Azure Apocalypse was the name. I believe
Purdue?
that was Iowa.
Oh, maybe it was Iowa. Okay, yeah.
Iowa University of Iowa. Not Iowa State.
It did work. It was that was the Iowa versus Minnesota matchup. It
Yeah.
did work for that one game. The AP Sona mid.
No, it's clearly a strong team fighter. Not a great wave clear champion.
But we're going to get right into game very shortly. The good thing about this is we don't have to wait that 5 minutes that we do in the BTN series. So as soon as that 3 minutes is up, we go right in. We're here. It's actually a 45-second CD and a 5-second active time for that. I'm guessing he's talking about. Can't think of the item now.
Is that what it is now?
We were just talking about it because I always thought it was 10 seconds, right?
That must be on PvE still. I thought they didn't change it. Yeah, it was 10 and 40. I thought. I believe it's still 10 and 40. Oh, no. Sorry. Edge of Night was, in fact, hot fixed.
Oh, was it?
-5 AD, +15 cooldown. But that should still mean a 10-second active time, I believe.
It's on PB. Okay, that's what Xer's saying. So it is on PB right now. Because I thought it was a 10-second active time, which I do like that they're cutting down the active time just because of 10 seconds is just way too long. Granted, something that it was pretty obvious that it's up. It's like a Banshees. You could easily poke it if need be. But it's one of those things that as long as you are skilled enough to be able to use your Edge of Night before getting into a fight, it was one of those things where it was better than a Banshees because you could always decide when you want that invulnerability for at least one spell. Like Banshees, it's just up and you be sieging, not wanting to fight, and then it's all of a sudden, well, now my Banshee's down. It's like almost just getting the stats out of it, not getting the bonus passive. But we're going to be right in the game, 30 seconds in. We'll have to see if any
So just to settle this, as of 2 hours ago, Edge of Night nerfs did go live. Not just on PvE, it's live. As of 2 hours ago, that is the -5 AD, +15 on the cooldown.
I will have to see when someone buys it, if it's 10 seconds or 5 seconds then. So it might be it might be the one thing where it's still on the PB with it for that 5 second active, but live it's 10 seconds. That's what we'll have to see. So one thing I'm liking here is WMJ is doing a nice little jungle invade. Sadly, they were caught off by that ward that was in the jungle, so they're not going to be able to catch any summoners or any kills for them, but they'll at least be able to get some deep
You're
wards.
not really even looking for that. You're just looking to, in fact, get that vision, trying to figure out where they're starting. You have the Rengar here, and this is, one of those Rengar-Zac matchups, which could be Rengar favored. He could try to figure out where Zac's going, mess him up a little bit, get in his face. It's a very workable strategy. I believe this vision is going to expire pretty early, though. I don't know if that will last. It should be fine.
It should last long enough to at least give them the vision of where Latanglo is starting. So the fact that they don't see him by the red is almost guaranteeing that, hey, he's starting top side. So that's one of those things where it's like, okay, bot lane, watch out for that level 3 gank. Watch out for any invades that could happen early on. So it's one of those things that you at least get some sort of information there. And one thing I do like here is actually the Doran Shield pickup by Jaws in this top side, because the one thing, Renekton's early game is really good at trying to punish, and getting that extra sustain, helping with those auto attacks, is one thing that I'm going to love, because he doesn't need the late game tankiness, but he does need something early on to help him in lane before he can get those items. So I'm loving the Doran's shield pickup by Joss.
Yeah, you could argue that. Again, I do believe this is a Darius favorite, and I would, in fact, argue that he does need to get tanky at some point during that late game, regardless of who he has on his team. Yeah, I mean, it's just a really simple item. He doesn't have any sustain built into his kit like Renekton does. So yeah, just supplementing his laning phase in some way. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's as powerful because it's based on his missing health, as Renekton I don't believe is, so he doesn't have a limit quite to the same extent. But you are right.
Yeah, you usually see a pick up like a Spirit Visage, usually on a Renekton, or not a Renekton. Well, a Renekton, yes, but also on a Darius, just to get that
both of these guys will almost certainly get Black Cleavers and Spirit Visages at some point. The rest is a little more up in the air. Randuin's Omen, Dead Man's Plate, Thornmails, there's a lot of options.
Definitely a Thornmail for Renekton. The only thing is, I don't know if a Thornmail would benefit the Darius much at all, just because Jhin doesn't do a lot of auto attacks to make that Thornmail really worth it, and the rest of his team aren't really all that auto attack heavy.
There are 3 physical damage sources, but yeah, it's a huge amount of AD, or armor rather.
True, that is true.
So good trading here. Yeah, you can see the Renekton actually doing really well here. Early has the minion wave on his side, so it's tough for Jaws to fight back in this situation. And Caitlyn getting beat up a little as well.
1 second. There we go. The names were backwards. That should be fixed now.
Yeah. I'm also pretty sure we'll see a Tiamat item picked up here for Xavier. That's the classic Renekton item. As Hamanation actually gets hooked here.
Yeah, he's going to get hooked, but I don't think there's going to be too much damage coming in. But we do see in the top side, Jaws actually going pretty low against this Renekton. He's probably going to have a very early back. But he's farming up very well. He's not behind at all. He's actually ahead by about 5 CS right now. So that's going to really help him. And offsetting that is going to be in the bot lane. They're basically, again, 5 CS in favor of TRA. But look at the mid lane right there. 10 in favor there of Party Duck.
Yeah. And already 2 potions burned on Rumarson's side here. As, Party Duck is just, full control of this lane this early. That's just straight 1v1 laning. There's nothing to it there. There's no pressure here. He's just working the lane perfectly. Oh, hello.
Yeah, a little bit of a jungle invade here, but Watango on the Zac is actually not really able to do too much. A very early teleport coming in. Watango is just going to be forced to run away, and definitely an interesting decision here, but can they actually get his passive out? Forcing the flash from the Zac, that is actually pretty big, so a nice little invade is going to get some summoner spells, but we do see Ham just not in time for the tower shots. The minions make it just in time. Those minions are heroes. But Rome in the mid lane taking down Solo is going to go down. Xavier with the Rome, picking up the kill. Yeah, Watango is going to be here. He'll at least get the trade kill, but he's going to get himself first blood, and that kill is going over to the jungle. So this is going to help him in that top side against that Renekton versus Darius matchup when we said that Renekton was going to have a little bit of a rough time.
Yeah, you're right. Right now he has 12 CS down though as well, so the first blood gold will still give him a small gold lead here, but a lot of that's been evened up just by the fact that Darius has been alone in that lane. So that wasn't a huge advantage. It is 600 gold overall going in favor of the Red Apple at the moment. A lot of that, of course, is that CS in the mid lane, not even counting that kill. So obviously good play. Not a huge advantage gain, though, compared to otherwise. And he may have just killed himself. Yeah,
he might have just overextended because we're going to have the slice and dice come in. He's going to get the lockdown, and that is probably going to be a dead Darius. There it is. Jaw's going to go down. Zarkra will pick it up for himself. He just stayed a little too long there and took too many turret shots.
Yeah, he took at least 2 or 3 tower shots there for really no reason, just trying to push that lane in. So that 14 CS lead is not really helping him now that his lane opponent has a kill and an assist thrown on top of that.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where he just didn't count the time that it would have took Renekton to come back correctly. If he would have realized, okay, Renekton's going to be back soon, just don't care about these minions, I'm just going to back off, he would have been completely fine. But Rum being taken down in the mid lane, Party Duck will get another kill for himself, causes splash, but it doesn't matter. 3-1 in favor for TRA.
I didn't think he had enough damage there to get through the shield, but in fact, Victor does. And yeah, now he's 20 CS up, has a kill and an assist. And just right across the board, the Red Apple is in great shape here, as the bot lane's doing pretty well here. We saw Zach try to go for a gank. It was a warded bush, I believe, so nothing happening there. As there's a mild lead in the bot lane, as Party Duck just walks underneath.
Yeah, with Tangelo going to have to try to get something here, but not going to be able to because of that static field there. So perfect uses of his mana. He's actually completely out there. So it was really the only spell that he could use there, and there was nothing what Tangelo could have done. So this is now just TRA being so far ahead at this point. 2K in less than 7.5 minutes is massive.
Yeah, there is a gold lead in every position right now. Admittedly, in support, it's the gold lead of like 4, but it's there. It's real. But everywhere else, it's already, almost 2,000 sub 8 minutes. That is actually pretty significant when we're talking about every single champion here has less than 3,000 gold total.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how it's like your gold lead is just about as much as your supports have. So
yeah, exactly.
At that point, it's like this early on, it's just going to be really tough because you see the items coming out from every lane. Jin is stacking up those long swords, going to be able to get that U-moves very shortly. The armor stacking, they're Renekton, so Darius is going to have a rough time on that top side. And we do see Darius, he's going to go rush a lot of armor too in this top side, just so that repeat gank can't be as effective as it was last time.
There is an experience deficit here on Xavier. We talked about how he got a lot of that gold back with the kill and the assist, but there is still the experience factor here as Jaws is 20 CS on him. So I think Jaws still has control of that lane here as they're going in for a kill on mid.
Yeah, the ultimate is going to land, but because of the static field, they're not able to go forward, and Zarkar's going to be here over the wall. Look at the damage coming in. They're going to be able to pick up 1 kill at least. Zarkar going to pick that up on a rum. Just not a good start for this Orianna so far. Zach is going to be popped, and that is going to be another kill. They're going to give it over to Zarkar this time around, and 5-1 now in favor of Red Apple.
I don't know if that's a gank ever worth trying when, your mid laner is being almost doubled in CS. It's the kill and an assist across already. And at least a 1-level lead. That's just asking to be counter ganked and destroyed like that.
Yeah, top side are having a fight as well. The hemorrhage stacks are stacking onto Renekton, but the damage is just not there yet. Whoa. Jaws going to, actually, that's Xavier flashing forward, trying to get the lockdown. That might actually be a kill. Can he get one more auto? He's going to get it. Xavier with the 1v1 in the top lane.
Yeah, a level down, still manages to pick up the 1v1 kill, and now bot lane.
The ultimate's going to come through. Curtain call, not going to land the final shot. Actually, it will! He comes back! Hamilton going to be able to pick that up. Not sure why Cuck came back in the lane.
And now got the toxicity. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, there's nothing that Thresh could have done. He was just basically under tower, and so easy for Zarkar to come in to finish that off. And this is going to be first tower gold going over to TRA as well.
We are, 5,000 gold right now. It's going to be even more here. Oh, Haminations is in trouble.
Yeah, so a nice teleport coming down. Can they get the kill? Hamination is going to drop, and here comes the teleport. Can't be in time. They're trying to turn this, but Tangelo is already really low. Jaws trying to 1v3, but not able to. His ultimate now going to be off, so he can't get the resets just yet. But the shockwave comes in on Xavier. That's going to be 2 kills now in favor of WMJ. Can they get more? Doesn't look like it. The ultimate's going to be popped by Renekton as Party Duck comes down here too. Jaws on the wrong side of that field, and he is going to drop. Zarkar trying to find some more, but that's just going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of WNJ.
Uh-oh.
Zarkar does go forward, actually. That might be a kill, as we do see Tangelo jump in, trying to get something. He does pick down the shutdown gold onto the other jungler. Gets a double kill, actually. Can they become Party Duck as well? That is going to be a full 5 kills. Going over to Where's My Jungler, and that could be a dragon for them, too, and it's an Infernal.
Yeah, that was definitely way too much given up in exchange for that tower. Obviously, we're still looking at 3,500 gold here before the Infernal Drake goes down. But yeah, that's a bit too greedy. Now can Hamination mess with this team?
He's trying to do something to get in here. He thinks he could get, if he gets his 4th shot on Dragon, could be something, but he's going to be all alone. He can't walk in there. And that's actually going to be the blue team picking up that Dragon. First one for them, but this gold lead's still going to be pretty massive. The Dragon will help him out a little bit, but I don't think it's giving them 3,000 gold worth of stats.
No, not yet. Maybe late game. At, full build for everyone.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's true, but
it might be.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never really done the math on Infernal Drake. Have to consult someone on that because I'm way too lazy to do that.
Yeah, same.
But now we got a couple of Balmy Cinders here in the top lane, so both top laners here headed towards the Sunfire Cape right off the bat, bypassing the Black Cleaver or TMX. So definitely that's a respect thing, I think, to a degree. You know you're against Darius, you know you're against Renekton, and either of these champs can bully the other given the right situation. So being a little more safe and let your team do some work.
And the Yumu's is going to be picked up by Hamanation. Doesn't matter that those nerfs came in. He still wants that. And Parda going to be up here. He is going to catch up with Tangelo, who's been sitting on a ward. And this is going to be a 2v3. But luckily with Tangelo able to use that elastic slingshot to get out. And Jaws takes a lot of harass, but also is able to get to his tower. But we're seeing the roam coming out from Rum as well. But I don't know if they can defend that because the mid lane turret is taking a beating right now.
Really good job rotating the bot lane up to mid and then the mid up to top, giving them just an open lane right here on that mid lane second tier tower. And that means the bot lane has to rotate and leave the bot lane tower alive. And they actually still get it. So just a free objective straight off the rotation.
Yeah, fantastic rotation there coming out of Team Red Apple. That getting a tier 2 that easily is always just tough to do. It's one of those things that's really weird to see because this early in the game getting a tier 2 and they still could just go back up and take this outer turret that's in the top side. So just not good rotation coming out from WMJ, and this also might just be in the fact that they just can't straight up fight at this point.
A lot of the outer ones you have to give up, but definitely giving up that mid second tier is just unfortunate rotations, just really clean here as they may try to get something back. They're not going to follow through on that initiation, but yeah, two towers picked up absolutely free. That's pretty straightforward.
This Rengar finishing up the Blade of Drakthar already. The assassination presence that he's going to have in this, giving himself that mini Z ult too, is just going to be massive when he comes in to try to finish off these kills. 4-1-1 already on an OP champion. That's a great start.
Yeah, how's he doing on his necklace there? It's got 3 unique kills, so 3 stacks.
I wonder who he doesn't have it on yet.
Cool. Yeah, can we see that here, or is the? I don't think we got enough info on the client.
Well, let's see.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way to tell.
Yeah, not sure.
Unfortunate. No way to tell. But
I'm pretty sure he definitely got one on the Zac. I don't know if he got one on the Darius. Try to think.
Probably has one. Definitely has one on Rumarson, actually. He got a double kill in that mid lane. That was the 2v2 a while ago.
During the bot lane fight, did the ADC or the support drop for WMJ? Because those might be the 2 kills that he's waiting to get.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see as the game goes on.
We'll keep an eye on those stacks, as he continues to pick up kills, as the top laners simultaneously pick up Sunfire Capes.
Yeah, this is extremely strange. I thought that Darius would go for a Black Cleaver start, but just because he's so behind in the kill department, like he's up in the farm, which is great, but because he's been killed 3 times, he had to force that defensive build start, and it's going to really lack on his damage, and hopefully he's going to be able to get something with a Black Cleaver coming in soon, or just something, because the one thing about Black Cleaver is that Hemorrhage stacks it as well, so you're able to just chunk through the armor with just 1 auto attack. It's crazy.
That's absolutely true. Similar, we got a potential initiation. Doesn't look like anything's going to come of that. As
Rum gets jumped on. Zarkra going to pick up a solo kill right there. But now Tangelo tries to get some nice flash coming out from the Rengar, but the flash forward by Tangelo, can he finish it off? That's actually being Cuck going to be able to pick it up, but Thresh drops in the process. So it's 2 for 1 still in favor of Red Apple. And they are just turret diving between 3 towers right now. Party Duck, little too far forward, is going to drop. Jaws will get himself another kill. But all in all, that's a 2 for 2 trade, which is going to benefit WMJ if they can protect their towers.
Oh, it may not be done.
Yeah, Hemination going to get jumped on, but this is a nice bait there coming out from the ADC of RA as they're going to be able to pick up this kill. And Hemination will get his 3rd kill of the game, and they're just going to continue to press these towers.
Just sneaking around the corner there as, could go down
One
here,
more
but he'll
auto would
fine.
be it, but he's not going to be able to find it. Look at the damage coming in from the Zyra Jhin combo there. They protect their tower for now, but it's costing lives and a lot of their health.
Yeah, that was just a wild one. I mean, when you can tower dive that deep and still come out a kill ahead, you are doing pretty well here. We're now talking about 6,500 gold. Again, just under 18 minutes in. It's looking really good for the Red Apple right now. And there's not a lot of areas where I think they're really giving up anything. I think that's just gold leads across the board. Yeah, especially in the jungle right now. That's the big one here. Almost 2,500 gold up is Zarkra over with Tangelo. So that is a bit of a something that can even out. It's like Rengar, when you start grouping and you lose all your other towers, it gets harder and harder for Rengar to find those assassinations. And he is looking to go to the Black Cleaver here. So, that's a steal.
Oh wow! Cook is success is going to be able to pick that one up just with the Q, and that can help them out if this game gets dragged onto the late game. Like the Mountain Drake not going to help them too much yet because they're not going to be able to have any sieging really go in their favor. But yeah, denying it is huge.
The Baron threat is going to be real as soon as Baron actually spawns. It feels like it should be up by now, but it's not. But yeah, just taking away, I think, again, not something I've done the math on, but it's 10% bonus true damage, which ends up being closer to 20% extra damage on Baron overall. So obviously, way faster Baron makes it much easier to threaten that. So just taking that away can help stall out this game a little bit and help them get more gold in their pocket to eventually turn this around. As I do think they have relatively good scaling here.
Yeah, almost everybody has really good scaling on their team. There's not a lot of fall off going really on anybody. And we're going to see that this Darius actually on the top side just going to be building full tanks. So they're going with a 2-tank front. They're going to have Darius and Zach here being able to protect their backline. And as this game goes on, as Caitlyn and Orianna gets more items, they're going to be able to deal a lot of damage. And speaking of items, Orianna's still trying to finish her first item. And she just has a lot of components. And there it is. She's able to pick up the Merlin Noacon.
Yeah, I guess she was going for the Merlin Omicron, but then Victor really forced her to pick up that Negatron cloak, which I guess will probably be an Abyssal Scepter. Not, I think, an ideal Orianna item because the range is a bit short on that, but can still function. But you're right, Jaws na going full tank here means he probably won't win this fight.
Now the hemorrhage still does quite a bit in this tank versus tank match. I mean, that's one thing that does help Darius if it's still that just both of those top laners going tank, is that hemorrhage just deals so much just passive damage. And when these fights last, like sometimes these tank fights can last like 2 minutes at a time, that hemorrhage is going to do quite a bit.
Yeah, right now we can see the Red Apple trying to find something to do right now. It looks like they are going to try to get this last top outer tower rather, or even try to sneak around here for a Baron. They're gonna 4-person plant.
Yeah, I remember the hate on the plants at the beginning of the season, but I've grown to love them actually. It just brings in a nice little style in the game.
I just don't know what purpose they really serve other than occasional amusement.
I think it's one of those things where it changes the game up a little bit, where you thought, oh, this is going to be a normal fight, but this has some meaning to it. But Jaws actually in this 1v1 is not wanting it. The damage that Xavier is able to do, the ultimate's going to come through to deal quite a bit of damage. The shockwave going to whiff, but it does get the flash away from Xavier, so the nice roam coming out from Rum, but it is going to be this Baron
everyone
attempt.
Bottom, you're going to give up a Baron.
Yeah, and even with Tangela was going to be on that side too. So this is just a very easy attempt here coming out from TRA, and nobody from WMJ realized what's going on. And being at 2,000 health, this Baron's going to go down, and this is going to be a 21-minute Baron for Team Red Apple.
Yeah, that was not a Baron they needed to give up because again, there is no Mountain Drake. We saw there was a bit of damage taken by that team, and it wasn't super fast. So it's definitely a contestable Baron. If they start it when they're around. But you send 5 people bot lane to kill a Renekton.
You don't even get the kill.
It's not going to work. Yeah, you don't even get the kill. That's the worst part. And they traded 2 ultimates for a flash. That's just really unfortunate, and that's just not going to work out for them at all right now.
Yeah, I guess now they have to hope that they are able to just turtle up, defend their base right now because they can't really think about overextending. They can't really think about going for any objectives. They have to make sure that to just protect their towers, make sure that their base doesn't get cracked. You could lose an outer or one of their inner towers or two. That's fine. Just don't give up an inhibitor, because if once that happens, I think it's basically game over then.
I think the 2 remaining inner towers will definitely go down before the end of this Baron. The bottom one could be a bit tricky, as Xavier, with a Sunfire Cloak, doesn't really have a great way to walk up and hit that tower, but they're actually just spreading out right now. They really aren't doing much. I guess they're setting up the rotation here for that top side, as we do have Party Duck starting to push that wave, and I believe the bot lane now standing in mid should rotate there when the wave arrives.
Yeah, they have now all waves in their favor, so it was a little bit of wave management, and now they had to decide of what lanes they want to go to, and it looks like they might just go for a 2-2-1.
They missed the timing,
here.
yeah. It's not actually going to be that rotation up there. They just push the wave into the tower, let it die to the Orianna. That's it.
Yeah, we said how decent wave clear that we did see out of WMJ, and Realm looks like he wants to try to get something here. He actually did pop the Ghost for that, but just wasn't able to find anything, just relieving some of the pressure in the mid lane, but the pressure is still up top. We just see Victor just doing a lot of damage to this top lane tower.
Yeah, they don't get the tower initially, and then what is it? Where's my jungler? Just walks away and leaves it to Party Duck. I mean, it's not a big deal. Again, this is a tower that you usually have to give up against the Baron team, but they're going to go for the fight.
Yeah, Party Duck is going to get jumped on here, but with Tangelo already low in the start of that fight, it might at least put him low enough that they think of not continuing this siege. But actually, Zach is going to be able to get out of there, and it's going to be that tower going down. They just delayed it a little bit here, and it's going to be this bottom tower going down relatively soon, too. Jaws doing his best to defend this, and I'm actually kind of surprised. If the Zyra and the Jhin would have roamed bot, they could have killed this Darius, and they could have easily gotten this tower. So staying mid against a Caitlyn that's just going to easily wave clear and farm up is not the greatest decision, in my opinion.
Yeah, I completely agree. They weren't really doing much mid lane, and if they rotated, they are way stronger than that bot lane, so they just don't need to be worried about the counter roam because they have the advantage. They just needed to get where the easy towers were, the easy goal to pick up, maximize this Baron power play, and then readjust once the Baron expires. But they pick up a Speed Dragon, which I guess is cool.
Yeah, so that basically tells us that we will not be seeing any Ocean Drakes, which is one of my favorite Drakes, so that's kind of sad. But so that regen won't be in this game, but we'll have to see how this Wind Drake benefits them. They are behind an Infernal and a Mountain Drake, where the Mountain Drake actually isn't hurting them at all right now. If you probably see how much damage the Mountain Drake has done, like bonus damage, it was probably nothing at this point, just because they haven't been having any opportunities to attack any epic jungle monsters or even go for any towers right now. So it is really at this point, just because of how far behind WMJ is, it's just that Infernal Drake.
Yeah, but they have survived the Baron, only giving up 1 tower so far. It does look like they're setting up for this tower to fall. I don't know if they'll really be able to defend this siege, but keeping all their inhibitor towers intact when they're 10,000 gold down and against a Baroned up team, that's about as much as you can ask for. So
yeah, that's
the longer they keep this game stalled out, the better. Exactly. Again, I think they outscale everywhere but top lane. So the longer this goes, the better. They could probably start winning at 40 minutes, even still down a couple thousand gold. But it's going to be a long haul if they're going to pull this game out.
But the one thing that is helping them is TRA is still just trying to brute force this tower, just shove in. Oh, actually, they're just going to go for it right now as they overextended a little bit. Party Duck is going to be able to pick up the kill on Rum, and we do see Cuck is going to get assassinated in the backside. Maybe brute forcing does work sometimes, and that's going to be 3 kills for 0. As I say that, it looks like Zarkra is going to get caught up, so it'll be a 3-for-1 trade, with Tango trying his darndest to keep this tower alive, but is he going to be able to do it? Party Duck taking tower shots. The heal comes in. Is it going to be enough? The shield is not going to keep him alive. He's going to drop his Party Duck. Takes the kill, but now it's a 3v1. Jaws trying to do what he can, but here comes Tangelo going to jump on the Ham. Does he have the damage? Not enough just yet, and he is going to drop. Jaws is the last one alive, and that's going to be an ace going for TRA.
And that will be the tower there. That was a really late counter teleport there by Xavier. Well, not counter teleport because Jaws just walked down. But Xavier showed up late, but they still get the 5 for 2 and the towers. So yeah, you're right. Brute force sometimes is the way to go when you're 10,000 gold ahead. Even if you don't have Baron, just dive, see what happens. And that's exactly what happened there. Now they just have the inhibitor towers left to go. And then some Nexuses. Or just the one. I don't know what's going on in chat right now.
I think what happened is I tried flashing forward to stop Ham's back, but was just a little bit too late. I think that question mark was on, like, why did you flash? Like, it made no sense, but I think he was just trying to get that desperation kill on a Ham, because, like you said, we just have to get to that late game. That's WMJ's strategy right here. Turtle, long enough, keep your base alive, and then once this gets to the late game where we had the items, we had that Infernal Drake too, we had the better scaling, we could actually win these fights. But so he thought, hey, if I get this kill on Ham, that's, what, 30, 40 seconds where TRA can't really try anything because it'll be a 5v4, and they're going to be missing their Fed ADC. That is a lot of damage that won't be in that fight.
We actually have a crit build here coming up for Hamination on Jhin. Picked up the Ghost Blade, which got nerfed, but no Edge of Night yet, which as of 2 hours ago was also nerfed. And no Dusk Blade. So, going more auto attack focus. I guess he still gets a lot of AD on his spells. But the triple lethality build has not shown up yet.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he gets next.
Oh, they're trying to catch Party Duck.
Yeah, with Tangelo is all alone right now, and the Let's Bounce is actually going to knock him a little bit farther away, but the slow is going to be enough to allow Rum to get here, but the damage already went onto Watangelo, so he wasn't able to go any farther without risking his life because the rest of TRA was roaming. So we are going to see that was just a failed engage right there, but they are still just delaying this game.
Trading ults, though, might just be enough, because at this point, Party Duck, his ultimate's going to be way more impactful, I believe, than Watangelo's, unless it's a tower dive situation and Watangelo, knocks up a bunch of people. Could we see another just straight brute force Baron here?
I don't see why not. This is one of those things where... Yeah, this is one of those things where there's no bad choices, but as we say that, they're going to go on into a Tangle here is already really low, but Kug is going to just drop. That's going to be one kill. That's going to be soon to be two, but actually, Watangelo able to get away with the chilling smite, but Jaws is going to be completely caught out. He's going to drop great shockwave landing on two, but it's not going to be enough as he doesn't have the damage yet because he's so far behind. Watangelo gets jumped on by Xavier. That's a 3-for-0 trade. That was an easy 3 kills for them, and now this is going to be an even freer Baron.
I really like the simplicity of that Jhin-Rengar combo. Rengar shows you where one person is, Jhin shoots them a whole bunch, and then eventually you jump in and finish them off. Really simple initiation there, getting a couple of kills, or 3 kills rather. Putting this gold lead to where you really have to question if there is any comeback hope as they pick up their second Baron. This time they do need to get an inhibitor turret.
Yeah, they got 2 towers on it last time, but they were both inners, and they're going to have to figure out what their strategy is. Are they going, again, brute force is 5? Are they going to try to do some kind of split push? Is it going to be 2 lanes or 3 lanes? Because we do see that Jaws has still been able to lane with Xavier. He does take a lot of damage, but when you are up to your inhibitor tower, you are able to back fairly freely. So it's pretty easy for him to deal with that. And then you have the wave clear from the Orianna and the wave clear from Caitlyn in order to protect the other 2 lanes. So it's one of these things where I don't think that they could split push between all 3 lanes. No. And if they just go as 5, I think they have a great shot of getting one of these towers.
Well, I think, given the teleports, 4-1 is always a good move. But 4-1 is exactly what they should do with the dive threat. But it actually looks like they will just do 5. Well, 4 and then a Rengar soloing Dragon.
Yeah. As we see,
I don't know
what dragon
if
was it?
a Wind Dragon really is something worth delaying an inhibitor tower for, but it's a free pickup, and now they're going to spread out, and it looks like they are once again going to switch to some form of 2-2-1, 3-1-1. Who really knows? Bot lane goes mid. Victor's up top. Yeah, I really think with their gold lead and the Baron here, they could just brute force something. Really just dive, take a tower, and now Xavier's getting focused on again with 5 people.
It's all 5 here, but we do see the push in mid lane. Xavier, all he has to do is waste time. Is he going to be able to do it? Can he actually get a trade kill? He's able to do it as Rum is going to drop, and the mid lane tower is going to fall as well. But it's a 1-for-1 trade so far, but look at this damage coming in from the Rengar. He's able to clean up this fight very easily. Ham as well, just doing a lot of damage in the backline with Tanglo, the only one living for now, as his curtain call is going to take him down. That is another ace for TRA, and that's going to be game.
Yeah, when you go 5v1 against Thornecton and he still picks up 1 kill, that's not a great sign. And that opened up the mid lane for everything to fall down, and the Nexus will follow soon.
Yeah, so it was just a matter of time that TRA played it very patiently, didn't lose a single tower, and was just able to take full control of this game. And once they got the lead, they kept it. They put a stranglehold on to WMJ, and there's just nothing they were able to do.
Yeah, and they, they tried to set up certain things like 2-2-1 or whatever it was, and they never really even got fully set up by the time Where's My Jungler was throwing people at Xavier. And he handled it both times. The first time escaping off to the side in the bot lane, giving them Baron. That time obviously turning around and actually getting a kill on Rumarson, setting up the ace as the rest of the team collapsed, leading to the Nexus going down. It was just gold leads everywhere right off the bat. It's an age-old story. You get a gold lead in every single position, you usually win the game.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And we saw that they did get that gold lead in every position. I'm trying to think that the only thing close, maybe the bot lane, but that was just because there wasn't really much going down in there. It was just...
Yeah. And I think the supports are pretty close.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, besides that, nothing really too much else in favor of WMJ there.
No, sir.
So as we just wait for the next invite for the next game coming in, let's just check out the graphs right here for the damage. And yeah, besides Jaws on that Darius, there wasn't a lot of damage coming in through WMJ, and that was just the ADC Caitlyn there, just not really able to do too much. Once the dives happened, she just got blown up by that Rengar and just couldn't find a good position there.
It's a tough meta for AD carries right now.
True.
So, especially when there's a Rengar on the other team and a pretty strong Renekton. Not a lot of great options to shoot. Other than minions. Farming minions is as good as it's ever been before. So, get those minions. That's the goal. It looks like you got your invite.
Yep, I told him
I don't
to
have
invite
mine.
you then.
Yeah, there we go.
There it is. I just realized that your clan tag is your own name too. Like, at least I'm not that bad. Like my summoner name and all that is my last name, sure.
To be fair, it's because I have 6 accounts on NA and I forget what they're called, so I just put them all in one club.
What? So if you forget one, you just log on to the one that you remember.
Well, no, I just look at my club. No, I just look at my club and then I go, oh yeah.
Wow. Oh, it works. It works, right?
Yep.
Is that the only club you're in, or like?
Yeah, no, it's my only club.
Wow,
no one invites me to things. That's why I need to make my own club.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because no one would invite me to theirs.
Well, that's sad.
It's all right, man.
Doug party over here. Wow. Anyway, we're going to go into our second game. If this is your first time watching the Penn State LCS, it is a best-of-2 series. It is either goes to a tie or it goes to a win for either team. So this will be the last game between these two teams no matter what. So Team Red Apple trying to get themselves a win, going to lock in that top 5 spot, possibly even a top 3 spot, and just giving themselves that much easier time for when we go into playoffs. And then Where's My Jungler just hoping to get something off of this so they get some sort of points here to keep them in that like top 5 area.
Yes, sir. If I'm looking at this correctly, where'd it go? Team Red Apple is actually 1 point up on Where's My Jungler right now.
Yeah, both the teams are very close.
That could change here.
Yeah, it is going to change after this game because the way the Penn State LCS also works is that the games are on on Swiss style. So you face people who are relatively the same skill level as you. We had problems in the past where you would have like, if you had like a gold team, they would face like 4 diamonds in a row and then maybe a bronze team, and then that's their season. It's not a fun season for them. But if you play Swiss rules, you'll at least be able to have good matches throughout the year. And we saw it. I think last week, out of the 9 or 10 games, there were like 6 ties. So it's showing the level of competition between these teams are very close.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I finally got in, and it looks like there wasn't a ban on the side of Red Apple for the first one.
There's a Graves ban. Oh, no, you're right. There was one missed again. Why do we always miss bans? What's going on, guys?
Now, I wonder if this is one of those things where it's like the client issue because it took me a while to get in, or if they just actually forgot to ban or misclicked or something. There's only speculation on our side.
It's a bit of a strategy, yeah, because everyone talks about all the required red side bans nowadays. You don't want to give a whole bunch of stuff away to the blue team, with that first pick. Though we haven't really seen the power picks here. Again,
the Rengar came in.
More comfort. It's a much more comfort-based game when we're talking about non-challenger players. So one more ban left to go. I think pretty much the same as last time, minus one ban.
It's probably going to be the same. It was another mid lane ban as well.
Was there a Kha'Zix ban, I believe?
There was a Kha'Zix ban too.
Oh yeah, it was the Syndra ban for this side. The Kha'Zix ban is the one we're missing. So.
Yeah.
So that could be what they're going for here. But they're actually going to go Rengar, leaving Syndra open.
Yeah,
as well as Rengar.
Is open.
I'd be a bit surprised if they don't grab Rengar. Oh.
Ooh, they're going to pick the Darius away from Jaws. I actually love that pick just because Jaws is a very good Darius player, and another little inside secret he told me, he doesn't know how to play against Darius. It's one of those things, at least I believe he said it, it's one of those things like, oh, I love playing Darius. I don't like playing against him, though. It's like one of those things where it's like...
Okay, well, no one likes playing against Darius.
Yeah, that is true.
He's not one of those champions where it's like, oh, man, I have this great matchup in my head, just ready for... No, there is no such thing. There is no counter to Darius. You just survive.
Yeah, I'm trying to see of what Jaws is going to pick up for this top lane. Then we did see the Renekton last game go pretty well, and Heaven Nation hovering that Jhin again played extremely well on that champion. The Zyra though did go over to Where's My Jungler as well as Kha'Zix, so really glad to see that we're able to get one of those top tier junglers on their side, and we'll have to see of what Xavier is, or actually no, Zarkra is going to get on his jungler this time around.
Yeah,
hovering the Vayne.
Yeah. It's a champion that works sometimes. It's kind of weird picking up this early. Typically, it's, late game, tank killing champion. There's no tanks yet. It's Zyra Kha'Zix, so I don't really expect that to happen. That's much better for killing the squishies. Get that lethality build. Start shooting Zyras in the face. They will fall down really quickly.
Yeah, no surprise there. I would have been extremely shocked to see the Vayne come up, especially going blind. And against a Zyra, it's one of those things like, they have a Zyra, Varus is on the table, Jin's on the table, they're just going to have an easy time staying back and just poking you down. And kind of surprised that, the lethality items were touched, but Varus still untouched. I still think he's going to be either top tier or at least A tier ADC after this patch. It's going to be interesting to see of how much the lethality change is going to hurt these ADCs, as well as some junglers too, because Kha'Zix, Rengar love the lethality.
Yeah, so it will be the Varus locked in, not too surprising. Zyra Varus, a very poke-heavy lane, can definitely bully most combinations, I think, that you can put out there. So, get that up, and I guess they're still actually holding their top lane, or could that be... Wait, where is Kayle going?
Could be a top Kayle, so it is completely open of where Kale's going. It's a champion that you don't see too often. Last time I saw Kayle was when she was a jungler.
Yeah, some people consider this a Darius counter due to the ultimates.
Really? Okay, I see it.
Because, you ult Darius ult, but, I think then you get to higher levels and they go, no, because you just ult randomly when you're Darius. You don't need to get 5 stacks. You just, ult at 4 and she's still squishy enough that she'll ult nothing and you can kill her just fine. So I don't really think that many people consider it a Darius counter, but it could work if, it's a player who projects his ultimates and you just know when he's going to try to ult you. So you do have the range advantage for the most part. But if Darius closes on you, you're still really squishy and you go down really quick. Now we have Lee Sin and Alistar, two champs I love personally.
Yeah,
so Alistar is really weird now.
Yeah, Alistar is not too good of an ADC or just support at this point. He was never a good ADC. That's true. I was technically not wrong there. But anyway, Alistar at this point, not that great of a support right now. His sustain's now free. It's just you're not able to choose when it goes off. He's just going to be outpoked by the Zyra, I feel, and the Varus. It's going to be really tough for him to find those engaged targets. Now, once we get to the late game, I really love the combo with Orianna. But that's still 20 minutes from now before they start grouping, and it's going to be really tough for the next, like we said, 20 minutes for this Alistar.
Yeah, on the other hand, they have Lee Sin, who is not a late game champion in any way, shape, or form. And yeah, Rue Marson's going to grab Galio and blow up.
I have no clue what happened. I'm sure we'll get
someone broke.
Soon.
It actually wasn't Rue Marson.
Client bugged, which left. This does make sense because it was on the last pick as well.
Yeah. Jaws leaves. Yeah, right at the last pick. It's unfortunate, but should be quick enough to get back in here once he rejoins.
Yeah, I believe that Galio was locked in, so...
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so still got Galio.
You know, it's actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in solo queue, it has the highest win rate in the mid lane right now. That's... Oh.
Apparently it bug picked. That is a possibility.
Well, it's still true. It's still the highest win rate mid laner.
Really?
Of last patch, I guess. Yep. 7.3. The highest win percentage was Galio. Almost over 2% higher than the next highest in Anivia. So it is, you know, a reasonable champion and not one that a lot of people know how to play against. So I definitely think helps out when you pick a champion like that. It also could be flex. It's a champ that can work top if you wanted to put that Kayle mid, or at least have a, you know, some air of secrecy as to where you're going to put your champions, because both Kayle and Galio, of course, can flip.
Yeah, that is true.
Easily. And so, also, yeah, I wouldn't mind Galio too much against Darius, just with the poke. You got to stay far away from him still, because your MR passive is not going to help too much against Darius. But you can poke and run away reasonably well.
I'm trying to think who it was. I think it was Purdue, actually. Not only would flex their champions quite a bit in their games, but they would also flex pick their players.
Yeah, so
that's
really cool. Really strong.
Yeah, it was really cool saying like that. Like you would just see the picks and bans, like, oh, that's normal picks and bans, and all of a sudden you're like, wait, I know he's the mid laner. Why does he have Renekton? It's like one of those things where it's like they're able to easily switch for whatever works best for them, and when you're able to do that at that level, it's just a massive advantage. Because how do you scout against that? You have to be ready for two players if you're a top or a mid laner, and that just doubles the champion pool that someone could have.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely think, especially at levels like this, there's a lot more familiarity with champions than there is with the lane itself. So you take a champion, like, I'm comfortable, for instance, playing Lulu anywhere. I don't really play top lane, but give me Lulu, I'll be fine.
Yeah, Lulu is the champion that can be played anywhere. It could...
Not so much anymore. She's been nerfed a lot, but it's still my main. It's the only champion I have a mastery icon on right now, or an emote right now.
Yeah, so, I don't think Sally Free could play her in the jungle anymore, like he said during her champion spotlight.
I've only ever bothered to do that once. It is a struggle.
I always said when I have a lot of free time and once I get every single champion, I'm gonna go A through Z and jungle all of them just to see how tough it is. But like in this stage of the game, though, I don't know if that's possible because I'm gonna have the Rengar, Kha'Zix just jumping on me all the time while I'm just trying to farm up as a Sona jungle or a Soraka jungle. Which Soraka jungle got a lot harder since she was reworked too, because half her spells won't do anything.
Yeah, that one in particular has got to be tough. I don't know how you pull that one off.
I don't think
Sona,
I would be able to.
Sona, yeah. Sona and Soraka, yeah, those are two that are just going to be really, really tough to do.
Luckily, the first one's like, Aatrox, that's a legit jungler. Like,
he'll be fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He's going to be reworked soon. Maybe I probably won't.
Akali's a great jungle.
Oh, yeah.
Morgana, actually, a very underrated jungler. I still believe that to this day, that she is a reasonably strong jungler.
I haven't tried Mal's jungle since he was.
Oh yeah, that was
too.
a weird one.
I played that a lot.
I don't think I played much during that patch, but Yeah, probably will still work. I think 80 carries you generally are fine enough. Like they auto attack.
Mm-hmm.
You can get some life steal. That's really all you need.
Well, at the time
So
when it was like, well, Graves jungle, but there was also the time
yeah,
where Quinn, Vayne, Twitch were all
yeah,
actual junglers.
yeah. That's true. Vayne, don't think I saw, but Twitch is still a good jungler. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
jumping into stealth with that much damage, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who else you would really struggle with. I think yeah, the support champions are the tougher
I'm
ones.
gonna be the tough ones. I feel like, yeah. I'm trying to remember the ones that don't do anything to like monster camps and stuff like that. But quick question.
Even Karma with buff for the jungle. Her
would be pretty
W works
decent.
on the
Yeah.
her W works on the monsters. That was a deliberate jungle buff.
Yeah, thankfully, yeah. But one thing I'm hoping too, I know Legacy or the Legacy client is going away soon. I hope it didn't go away with this patch.
No, I don't. I've already.
Are you on
used
Legacy
the
right now?
client today. No, I've actually. I'm trying to slowly acclimatize myself to the new client.
Yeah, same. But like, I'm just loading in so late here that it's like I can't. Like, this would be me getting kicked during games. But we are gonna see that the last pickup was a Corki actually on the side of Where's My Jungler. So we're gonna have Rama on that AD mid laner here against the Orianna, which I really like. Corki is a great mid laner, great damage coming in. They are going to suffer a little bit on the tank standpoint, while Team Red Apple is going to have both Darius and Alistar. So if it's going to be a little tough if they get behind early this game again, they're just going to be so squishy that they won't even be able to straight up fight.
And that does pretty much 100% say, of course, Kayle in the top lane against the Darius. But you're right. They have the Kayle ult, who makes someone tanky for about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But when you have 4 squishies here, you're against the Darius, you're against an Orianna, you're against the Jhin, you're against the Lee Sin. It's just target galore.
Oh, yeah.
And you have 5 people who need to be protected with that Kayle ult, so it's going to be really interesting to see how they use that and if they can get ahead earlier, because I think that's really it. Unless they get to the point where, you know, Zyra, Varus, Corki can kind of combine to one-shot the entire team. I don't like their team fight situation right here because of, you know, sometimes you can get away with a lack of tanks if you have like a super heavy poke comp, which I guess they have to a degree with Varus, Corki, and the Zyra disengage. But against an Alistar and Orianna, I wouldn't be super confident in my ability to disengage, especially throw Jhin on top of that, throwing down those slows to start the fight. Yeah. I have to say I like the red apple here.
I feel like Where's My Jungler, if they're going to be able to find just quick picks and kill them off quickly, that's going to be their best bet right now. Yeah. Sieging for them is going to be tough without a front line. Their wave clear though is good if they have to turtle.
Yep.
Granted though, if we do see Team Red Apple here pull the trigger, they don't have a front line to back them up, so it could be extremely easy for them to just pick off someone, go back, and then take the tower. And so yeah, it's going to be up to Where's My Jungler to stay ahead throughout the game, win lane phase, and then just keep pedal to the metal, getting a lot of advantages their way, get a lot of objectives, and then hopefully make it so that their lack of a front line doesn't hurt them.
Exactly. Yeah. We have an exhaust here on Rumarson. I guess that's not too surprising. That's kind of a Corgi standard.
No teleport coming out from Xavier, though.
Oh, that's true. We have Darius here with Ghost and Flash. Jaws, Nana. I think I threw an extra Nana.
You did throw an extra Nana.
does have the teleport. So a mismatch in the teleports. I like the Ghost on Darius in the Kayle matchup because if Kayle ever pushes beyond the center line, it usually means she's dead. This is actually a specific summoner spell I've seen used like shortly after Jace came out. Jace functions very similar to Kayle in the Darius matchup, and they would actually take Ghost instead of Flash, just for the 1v1 because you can only disengage so much when you're Kayle, when you're Jace. So if Darius just keeps running at you full speed with the Ghost, it means you're screwed usually. Now Kale,
Yeah.
she has the ult, but we will see. I do like the pickup. It's interesting that he chose to replace his teleport instead of his flash, but I mean it's the flash meta. We got 10 flashes here. That's just how you roll.
Yeah.
So,
We've had the flash meta for like what, the past 7 years. Like I don't know if there's ever been a time that flash wasn't like an auto pick on 95% of the champions.
Yeah. Well, we've had a couple of times where we'd have like Hecarim, Smite, teleport top.
I guess Fizz was also there with the teleport.
Yeah.
Some junglers go with Ghost, so maybe not 95%,
Yeah.
maybe 90%.
Olaf tops would go Ghost.
True.
And I mean, Olaf still go Ghost. There are occasionally games where you don't have 10 flashes.
Yeah. This is not one of them. We do have 10 flashes.
Of them. No.
So there will be 10 flashes, 5 on both sides. I'm waiting for the day where there's like a game mode where you just have all flashes, so you could like that's the only summoner spell you have, or maybe they should make a summoner or a game mode where it's just you can't take flash, and that's the only difference between normal and that is that flash is gone.
That's a big difference, though.
I feel like you'll see like a lot of Olafs and actually champions that didn't need that flash, probably Hecarim as well.
Yeah. I know. When Infinite Crisis came out, also known as the game that ripped off League of Legends but stuck DC heroes in there instead, they didn't have Flash, and that was actually the biggest change, I think, because the gameplay was otherwise identical. I definitely feel like MOBAs in the future may never put Flash in their game when they create it.
Possibly. Like, even Heroes of the Storm has it.
Riot can't back out at this point.
Yeah.
Because it's been in the game for 7 seasons now, but obviously its dominance is probably something that they did not want to happen, but it's just too ingrained in the game to undo.
Yeah, they can't get rid of Flash. It's one of those things where it's like, I can't think of a way to nerf it either, except if you give it like just an abysmal cooldown.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just no way to change that, and it'll always be just a staple of League of Legends. And yeah, it even goes into other MOBAs as well, because I know for a fact that Here's the Storm has it. Granted, it's a level 20 trait on some characters, I believe. So only so many can get that.
Are they gonna? Oh no.
Jaws, this is not a start you want. I don't even know how they got in there.
Walk away, Matt. Wait, he wasn't moving, Zarkra.
Wow. Sometimes to dodge an ability, all you had to do is stand still. What an outplay there by Jaws. Might not even saw it. He probably just didn't react in time. But
yeah, I don't think he had any idea that they were there. I don't know if he caught them going in and was sitting there deliberately to bait them a bit.
That'd be incredible if he was.
Yeah, interesting God of Toxicity here, not doing the Zyra thing and walking to lane. Using all of his seeds to help out his jungler.
Yeah, very surprising actually on that. So it is going to cut back on their level 1. They're not going to be able to just like go in just deal a massive amount of damage because of the plants right away. And,
yeah, especially against an Alistar.
Yeah,
his level 1's really weak. You'd want to just walk in and abuse that as much as you can.
Alistar has no easy way to deal with them. I don't know if Pulverize does anything to them, like damage or anything. I don't know if he can headbutt to them. I have absolutely no clue of an Alistar interaction. Now, if Trample can deal with plants, maybe it's decent.
But I mean, it's Zyra. As soon as she procs the plants, you're going to be taking a bit of damage.
Yeah.
So even if you kill it immediately, she still wins.
Oh yeah, no matter what.
And even just walking up, getting those auto attacks, you don't like to get the minion wave against you. That's almost the more important thing than getting those seeds. Just making sure you don't get shoved in like this.
Yeah, when the combo comes in, and look at this from Jhin, locking her in place. God of Toxicity going to take a lot of harassment very early on.
Yeah, you give up the lane advantage, give it the level 2, and now here's the Ghost. Yeah, I think Jaws is done.
Jaws got locked down. The Hemorrhage stack is already on there. That's 5 stacks. The Flash already went through, but he has Flash as well. Xavier going for the kill. Is the bleed going to be enough? It definitely is. First blood going over to Xavier.
That's just, you can't push up across half if he has Ghost. It's really that simple. It changes the lane dynamic to the point where when you have enough room to chase him down, you chase him down and kill him. And now Remarson is going to jump in, just for a bit of harass.
Yeah, we're actually seeing Lee Sin there almost went in there, but Kha'Zix did show himself. So if Kha'Zix didn't go out of that bush, that might have been a great way for Lee Sin to get caught there. Because just walking to a bush where the Kha'Zix already in there, that's a free Q. You're already isolated. There's a lot of damage coming in. You're forced to ward hop away. He has to jump back to you. Another Q is going to be up, and that's just so much damage going to you. So luckily, he wasn't caught out there by Watangelo.
Yes, sir. But just throwing down some damage. Lee Sin, when he knows what he's walking into, still one of the best duelists here, even in the early stages. So that early lead in the top lane was really nice too, because he doesn't have teleport. So he can now use that extra gold to pressure Jaws and basically force him to never leave, so he can't make use of that teleport advantage. If you're using that teleport to basically get back to lane after being shoved out over and over and over again, you're not really making great use of that spell. So really good to get that early kill, but again, as I said, just not really recognizing what the ghost really meant in the context of that lane and paying the price for it right off the bat.
Yeah, the one thing that teleport is helping. Usually using it pre-4 minutes, that's something you want to do, but usually your first teleport is going back to lane anyway, so there wasn't going to be any sort of like level 6 play where he would be going bot lane. The teleport might be back by the time that happens anyway. But Xavier having to walk back to lane, he does pick up a corruption potion, which is going to help him as well, because now it's going to allow him to sustain longer in lane. He could stay long, and then allows him to stay longer, because if he has to back, he doesn't have the opportunity to teleport back, so he's really forced to walk that entire distance every single time. Yeah. So he wants to back as little as possible.
Oh, Cuck's going down.
Yeah, that's a nice combo. He's going to be locked down as well. Can he find a little bit of the last bit of damage? Not going to find it. He is going to stay alive, but it's going to cost him both his summoners and the exhaust from God of Toxicity.
So Xavier, his ghost is back off cooldown, though he did take a lot more harass from Jaws than I think he really should have in that situation. Probably could have given up a couple CS waiting for that ghost to come back off cooldown and just rinse and repeat what worked the first time. I just don't know if he can all in on this now that he has no health. And what?
The combo would have come in. Sifo with a flash combo, picking up the kill under tower, and since he's Alistar, he's able to just walk out of there. Great damage coming in from him, and great final kill there coming out from Sifo. And we're going to see another duel come here by the junglers. Can Zakrek land his Q? If he can land the resonating strike, I feel like he could actually win this, but will he go in on it? He does land it, but he's not going to go in because Rum is there as well. Jaws in the top lane, though, bullying Xavier. The ghost might have to be used defensively, but Jaws not able to get the slow off, is not going to be able to land the kill, but it's allowing him to have this lane pressure. He's forcing Xavier back, and he doesn't have teleport, not able to get back to lane, and this can go in favor of the Kayle.
Good thing he held on to that ghost, because without the ghost, he basically has no pressure whatsoever on Jaws. So, good recognizing that Jaws didn't have enough damage to finish him off and saving that. But, yeah, that was a close duel there, but you got to hit your spells when you're Lee Sin. And,
they have landing spells, the shockwaves going to land on the mid lane. Lee Sin lands the Q. That's going to be a kill for the Blind Monk. And Sifo there taking the towers like a good Alistar. That's exactly what he wants to do. But 3-0 in favor of TRA.
Yeah, Alistar still a great roaming champion. They didn't change his Q or W that much, so he can still walk up to you and lock you down. Zarkra's not going to miss that Q. And now they're going to re-engage on the bot lane once again.
And Sifo comes in for another roam. Cuck is going to be able to dodge that one curtain call, which actually is going to keep him healthy enough to stay in lane. Sifo taking a lot of harass. Is probably going to have to back soon. But we're going to see another jungle fight. But look at the damage coming out from Watangelo. One more Q might actually get the kill on him. But because of the roam from Alistar, realizes that he can't go in alone. And Kha'Zix still being able to duel with the Lee Sin.
Yeah, slight item advantage there, but yeah, I think that may just mean Kha'Zix is just stronger at this point. Lee Sin's not very squishy, obviously, so that isolation damage is just monstrous. He didn't do a lot wrong there in terms of the mechanics. He didn't maximize his passive exactly, but you don't really have time to maximize your passive damage against the Kha'Zix when he kills you that quickly. So yeah, maybe just avoid Watangelo for a bit.
Yeah, and we see Rum just getting bullied in this mid lane again. He's having a little bit of a CS disadvantage here by about 20 going in favor of Rum there, in favor of Party Duck, and Jaws actually going to get locked down here. The hemorrhage stacks are being procced, but he does have the ultimate available, and he feels strong, but the flash coming in, he doesn't pop the ultimate until now, so the damage from that swing from Darius is going to be able to do enough damage to basically force Jaws out of lane, or he actually might stay there. With Tangela, though, dies to red buff.
Yikes.
Oh.
Well, good thing Zarkro wasn't there. But yeah, Jaws is going to be forced out of lane, and that's going to be a teleport back top again. Like, that's just, he still has the gold lead here, and obviously you see he has the dueling advantage. So that's what I mean. He can just keep getting Jaws to burn that teleport on cooldown now, basically. Did have to burn the flash for that when Jaws was able to retain his, and Party Duck just misses that shockwave.
Rum, nice dive forward to dodge that and go into Gatling gun range. He actually wants this fight, but Party Duck going to go forward as Zakir comes in. Can Rum finalize the kill? It doesn't look like it as the ultimate comes in through the Lee Sin, and Party Duck gets the kill in that 2v1.
That's about as well as you can do it. One auto attack for your mid laner. I mean, you can't, if you're the mid laner, you're not going to complain about that. Just a free kill. And he's 20 CS up now, has a kill, in addition to this assist he picked up earlier. And once again, this is the Red Apple just getting ahead in all situations here. And this is a team comp particularly that doesn't do well in that situation.
Yeah, and Cuck getting locked down again by Sifo and Ham, but the damage actually got a toxicity, able to push off Ham because of the Zyra plants. And look at the damage coming in. Cuck almost able to trade that. The heal comes in, though, to save him. And top lane fight going to happen without the ultimate, but the flash forced away from Jaws. He's taking too much damage from this Darius, and at this point, because there's really no AP, no defensive stats coming out from Jaws, he's having a little bit of a rough time up here. All he has is attack speed.
Yeah, and he might just be dead here.
I think he's going to be right now. Without no flash, he already used his heal. The ultimate does come through, but the slow lands as well. That's going to be just one more auto. Xavier takes it with the kill, and we do see the package being used there by Rum too, having to be used defensively. So they're at, like, the one thing about Corki is once you get this package, you're able to roam, you're able to do something on the map with it, and that could have been a good way for the team to turn around, but he got caught out. And again, he's nice combo actually coming in. Party Duck picks up the kill. And yeah, this is just Team Red Apple's game.
No, it's really unfortunate when the Alistar gets freed up this early. And it all goes back to, you know, Cuck and God of Toxicity not walking into that lane level 1 and shoving Sifu around. They let them get the early level 2, at which point Alistar mostly is okay. Mm-hmm. And then that just let him walk into mid over and over and over again.
Tangelo actually going to jump on a Party Duck. He has the isolation too. One more Q is going to do it. Here comes the shockwave, the damage. Party Duck, he's able to get the 1v1 there. And then Jaws is going to bully Zakrat in the top lane, but he has some backup. But Party Duck able to outplay there and get the kill onto Watangelo.
That's just depressing, man. Yeah, you were so close. And then, hey, shockwave's off cooldown again. That's really unfortunate. And then a free tower picked up. 5,000 gold now. 12 minutes in, and Party Duck might
Oh, the shield just enough, and actually, yeah, Rum doesn't have the damage in order to take down Party Duck there. So 3-0-1 right now, 30 CS lead as well. This is just Team Red Apple's game to lose. They have 5K advantage at 12 minutes. They're probably going to be able to get anything on the map right now. This is actually Infernal Drake still up from the beginning of the game. No one has taken it, and it's probably going to be theirs relatively soon.
Yeah, and unlike the last game, I don't really feel like I can sit here and say they have the scaling advantage, because I really don't think they have a team fight composition here in any way, shape, or form. But they are trying to gank bot. Yeah,
the ultimate, though, the Chain of Corruption is going to completely whip there. They're trying to get the kill on a Ham and Asia, but not able to. And Sifo, because of that, is also able to walk out. Ham just needs to land a couple shots here. That's going to be Cuck dropping soon, I believe. Someone will drop. That's actually 2 kills there. Can Sifo get the other kill? That is all 3 going to drop. And at the same time, Darius gets a kill in the top lane. That's 11-0 advantage now in favor of TRA.
4 kills across the board. They're going to get an Infernal Drake to add on to that. I don't think Sifu can solo this tower despite picking up 2 kills there. Oh, with the great reinitiation. That was pretty.
Yeah, I thought this was finally going to be the first kill going into WMJ. I thought that was going to be the perfect game gone for them, but what they did wrong there is they tried so hard on Hamination to get the kill, and they weren't able to finish him, that even though Sifo was completely caught out, he didn't go down. I get, he's an Alistar and all that. Rum is going to get caught out here. He's going to give the kill over to Party Duck, too, so not really much else to say about that. Just a great Lee Sin play, just classic Lee Sin going to go in the back there.
It was a flash kick and not a kick flash, so there was some room there for Room Marston to get away.
That is true.
You can always do it a little bit better if you don't. Yeah, I know, but it's prettier to do kick flash anyways.
Oh, it is. But it's a lot harder. But hey, that's why we had the practice tool. Just go in and practice flash kicks.
And I mean, it's a 12-0 game. And what do you got to lose? If you miss, you tried, and that's what matters.
You're still going for the perfect game.
Well, sure, but he's not going to turn around and kill you if you mess up. He'll just escape.
It's a Corki.
I'm just saying, go for style points. You're playing Lee Sin, you got to go for the style points.
Yeah, I can't argue with that one at this point. So, as the game is going to continue on here, not really too much I feel like that WMJ can do. I think almost everything they do at this point is just going to be consolation. Like, hey, they got a kill, they got a tower, they're staying alive past 25 minutes. But actually, they're going to catch out Hamination here, and great use of that ultimate, but they don't have the damage just yet. The Zyra ultimate, the Wild Thorn's a little bit late there, and Hamination going to be able to get away.
Yeah, for now, unless he keeps eating those piercing arrows. But, they're just going again for the dive.
Yeah, the dive here. The curtain call being used. Cuck is going to drop. That's Xavier picking the kill up. And look at Sifo tanking. That's had to be the 6th shot. He takes nothing, though, on this Alistar. And now here's Rum right here trying to get something, but he's by himself. That is at least going to be a tower drop in here for TRA, but they're going to flash forward. And again, another package used defensively.
Alistar may not be super popular now, but his strengths are still the same. Just the simplest CC lockdown combination and unparalleled ability to set up a tower dive. That's 4 towers across the board, 14 kills up, 30 CS up in most lanes, actually in every lane except support where they're only up 25 CS. Doesn't really count there though. That's not quite fair.
Watangelo takes so much damage. They're trying to get something right now. WMJ just trying at this point to get their first kill. They don't want to get a.
You got to get one.
Them. Yeah.
You have to get something here. It doesn't matter what. Maybe a Rift Herald. Maybe that's got to be your.
Well, hey, if you get the Rift Herald, you get a Dragon, you get a Baron, you get one of those things. Boom, perfect game's gone. In order to be perfect, you have to have 0 kills.
Exactly.
Well, 0 deaths.
No objective given up.
No objectives given up. That includes towers, dragons, barons, Rift Herald. I believe that's it. I can't think of anything else. Yeah.
Yeah. If you keep all your towers, keep all the dragons, and keep all the Rift Heralds, you'll be fine. Yeah,
Rome gets caught up there, and Sifo just going under tower again, not really caring about anything. Courage of the Colossus there is going to keep him alive. Zarka, though, not having the courage to follow on his cue there, would have had a kill against Rome, but again, they're trying to protect the perfect game.
That would have given up the game.
Yeah.
But this might, though.
Yeah, he's actually getting a lot of damage. That's actually going to be Chain of Corruption, too. That's going to be Jaws getting rid of that perfect game. That's 1 kill over to WMJ. And that is just Zarka getting caught up by that Chain of Corruption. Great setup there by Cook.
Yeah, a little bit greedy there. You are a complete damage Lee Sin. You really can't be walking around blind when they have a full damage comp. I didn't even mean to do that. Hey, I don't... Damn it. I swear that was an accident. Blind isn't he didn't have ward vision, guys.
Oh, man. Yeah, okay. Speaking of which, yeah, he's just going blind, no vision, not able to do anything, gets caught out there. Chain Eruption comes in, gets locked down, and that's going to be that perfect game gone here. But Jaws feels like he could go against Hamination. He has his ultimate available too. Uses it for the 4th shot. Great use of that. But now he has to run away because he has too much damage. Look at this damage. This is going to be a 2v1 by the Jhin. Can he land the last shot? He can. He gets both kills. Hamination on fire.
That may have gone a bit smoother for Jaws if he didn't flash Q a minion.
Oh, I didn't see him
He flashed in and slowed a minion right off the bat. Yeah, so did mine, actually.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I am now permanently hearing Corky's Gatling gun.
Yeah, same here.
So, yeah, you like halfway through the mastery emote animation of CFO too?
Yeah. I'm at
All
perfectly
right.
at 18 minutes. Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. We're back. I wonder if there was a pause.
All right, we're back.
And it just like didn't come up with a
I'm
pause
pretty
thing.
sure it tells you if it pauses.
Well, I know, but what if there's a this? Oh,
Oh,
it happened
no,
again.
it's
I think there might be a pause and it's not popping up
maybe. I
because we both
certainly
shouldn't
don't
be
trust Riot's new client.
lagging
but-
like this.
Well, I mean, if it's the server side, it will lag for everyone, I guess. If it's just the spectate servers messing up. It means it's not one of us exploding, and I guess that's the good news.
Yeah, like when I said that, I was like, oh, well, that sucks. But if you say you're locked at in too, so
Yeah.
this is right there. Oh wait,
Oh, now we have a pause. Now I guess everyone's. I think
Oh,
yeah,
that was
it's global lag.
it was just yeah.
It might be Riot servers not having the best time right now. Or actually, it does say, in fact, that 1.5 minutes of pause time has been used. So
huh?
maybe those were pauses secretly.
Hey,
I don't know.
I don't know if Ian's still here. He knows the rules better than I do.
I don't
If
trust
something like
anything
this
about this.
would happen, is there an opportunity for a remake? I doubt it at this point. I don't think it matters. But I love how they said that they were ready, and I'm back to being frozen.
Yeah, no, they resumed, and now I'm frozen again.
Oh, they're back in again. But whatever. Got a Toxicity, gets caught out there, forcing the flashback over the wall. People are dead. I don't remember how that happened. It was the double kill by Hamination. That's right. I felt like that was like 4 minutes ago. Stranglethorns, though, used defensively to protect their tower, and I'm just still like lagging like hell here.
Yeah, now it's just like occasionally pausing a bit just to be like, huh? Am I gonna freeze? Am I gonna? No, I'm not gonna freeze this time.
I know what I
Just
do.
messing with you.
Something happened to the Riot servers. Who's going to tell me the best? Reddit. They always complain about this stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
The
Though,
biggest
I don't know.
complainers
They're
on
not
the
allowed to
planet
post.
sometimes.
I don't think they're allowed to post server updates nowadays. The mods ban them.
Yeah, I don't see anything here.
I don't see anything either. So maybe it's just us.
That sucks.
Maybe it's Penn State. I don't know.
And then why are you lagging?
Well, because you guys are lagging.
Oh, okay.
So it's lagging.
So it's just bringing you with us?
Hey, I'm Canadian. I'm agreeable. I just go with the flow. Oh, you guys are lagging? Yeah, we can lag too.
That's fine with me.
So another dragon picked up. That's going to be the second Infernal. I think people like collecting Infernal dragons the most. I do like Oceans.
Oh, yeah.
I know you said that. I'm a big fan of the Oceans, but Infernal I think is the most popular. I mean, it's just straight AP and AD.
damage,
Who's going to
yeah.
complain about that? Yeah.
Obviously, like the one that everybody loves because it's going to allow you to do more damage.
Yeah, it's numbers you can see. It's like, oh man,
Yeah.
I have 700 AP now. Everyone loves saying that.
And I think that Shockwave going to miss, but I think that's another thing that what people love about Ocean Drink is like I could just watch my health tick up. It's
Yeah. It's like when I get Garen and ARAM, I still build a Warmogs and a Spirit Visage.
Oh, every
it's
time.
Hilarious. Yeah. Like those are the first 2 items, and then you get to level 16, and they take you down to 1% health. You leave for 5 seconds, and then you're full health.
Yeah, it's like one of those things like you're like
Great.
if you're in a team fight, you just see Garen walk off screen with 50 health. 5 seconds later, comes back.
You
he has
have to kill
3K.
him.
Yeah, because if you don't, he's back with 3K. And Zarka getting cut out again, going to flash away. Great kick, gonna come here to keep himself alive. Can't get the perfect game, but he doesn't want to be the only person dying here. But Rum gets the kill on a party duck as the curtain call, not going to find that 4th shot, but Xavier is going to find the dunk on to Rum, and he's going to drop Gothic Toxicity, going to be stayed alive by the intervention, but he's going to drop now. Cuck is going to soon follow, and that's a triple kill for Xavier. He wants this penta. He's going to keep going in. Can he lock down Jaws? He can. That's going to be a quadra kill for him, and will it go over? Will Watanglo be a good guy and give it over? We'll have to see. Yeah, he just taunted him. This is what you do. You don't give over a pet.
Chilling fight.
He's going for the kill, and he gets it. So that's not going to be a kill unless Hemorrhage Stacks is on him. But no, that's going to be the kill going over to the Jhin. That will just be a quadra kill, but that's still going to be at least inhibitor, possibly game for TRA. They're pretty low. And here comes the package. First package we see being offensively, and he will be able to pick up a kill for it. Rum, though, going to drop, and Sifo going to be able to live somehow. The heal didn't come through, so Hamination not being a good ADC there, but realized that Sifo wasn't going to drop.
Yeah. right now it's definitely not a perfect game, as now 4 kills have gone over.
Yeah.
That's 4 too many.
Yeah, they had.
We saw a little bit as to why I think most people don't consider Kale a counter to Darius, because he actually completely blocked out the ultimate there from Xavier on, I believe it was God of Toxicity save, but that didn't matter. He just kept walking forward and still got 3 more kills with his ult on cooldown.
Yeah, so
he's 8-1 now. He is monstrous.
He has the Black Cleaver, he has armor, he has the health regen from Spirit Visage, movement speed. He has everything that you want as a Darius.
Pretty much. Now they're looking to go for Baron.
Yeah, why not?
I don't believe they've started it just yet, but, play it safe, get the Baron, and then get the rest of that base. Actually, it looks like they're going to peel off. They're not going to bother just yet.
I love how they just traded places with Sifo. Like, exactly now Sifo's in the pit. But we're going to see the curtain call come down with Tangelo taking so much damage. He's going to drop Hamination, picks up that kill, and that Darius is going to pick up another one for himself. That's just 2 quick kills for TRA.
And this looks like they'll go back and get that Baron, at which point should help them open up the last 2 inhibitors of the base. If they even feel they need that. They still have super minions going down the middle. That could be enough combined with the Baron to get those Nexus turrets. We'll see how they play it. Not very long death timers yet, so when they're finished this, there will still be 5 champions in their way. So yeah, they'll probably go back, spend their money, and then figure out what to do next.
Yeah, speaking of money, I'm just looking at the gold differences right now. And just on the top side, Xavier versus Jaws, almost twice as much, 5K alone in that matchup.
Yeah, similar difference, not quite as bad in the AD carry position. Hamination over Kuka's Success. 4,500 gold is the difference.
Yeah, the lowest gold lead right now is the supports at 2,500. Like, that is...
Mid lane's close, only 3,000 up.
True, it's only 3,000. Same with jungler, about 2.7. Not horrible. But definitely, I don't think anything you come back from.
No. And again, we've seen this composition in fights now, and they have a lot of damage, but they don't have any sort of tankiness. It's, Xavier could maybe 1v5. Maybe. Probably not. Mm-hmm. But I think there's enough room in the composition facing him. Oh, okay, well.
Yeah, that's
That's one down
there, just being completely legendary. But probably what WMJ's thinking right now, because I was on a team that was in WMJ's shoes a lot of times. And probably what they're thinking right now is, hey, we haven't killed any of the bot lane members yet. We had to turn those 0s into 1. Like, that's their objective.
Finishing the legendary.
Yeah, so that's their quest right now, is to at least get kills on people who don't have kills. Like, that or get a tower.
That makes sense.
Like, that's what you have to do. You have to make the game fun for yourself. Give yourself some sort of quest right now, and that's probably what it is for them. But with these minions just pushing in, this is going to be their last opportunity to find these kills.
Doesn't look like they're going to get too many, as they're going to start going down already, and those Nexus turrets are going to follow real quick.
Yeah, God of Toxicity is already going to drop. That's a double kill going over to Parita, but they did get the 1 kill on Hamination. Can they find Sifo as well? He'll be the last one standing without a death. Well, okay, almost without a death. And that is going to...
He's alive.
He's alive, yeah. So almost not without a death. But that will be TRA with a dominating win in this one. This was just extremely decisive. There's just nothing that WMJ could have done in this game.
No, absolutely not. It was... I'm trying to recall here. Just strong work in the bot lane. They didn't get denied on the early waves due to the 2 ranged against 1 melee matchup. The Ghost in the top lane... just broke that lane open right off the bat, and then it was Sifu freed up in the bot lane after they, were able to establish themselves to go mid over and over and over again, and just ruined Rumarson's day.
Yeah, Sifu with those combos actually ending the game not with the lowest damage in the game, and that's extremely rare on an Alistar. He doesn't really do damage, but we saw him earlier. He finalized a lot of those kills, too, at the start of the game. He ended the game 3-0-15 with a really good KDA, I believe, or a decent KDA. I think the best on the team. Yeah. Oh no, actually, yeah. My math was wrong there. So yeah, Sifo did end the game with just one more above on Hamination there. So pretty good KDA across the board from the rest of the team too. And yeah, this could have been also just from picks and bans. I feel like I like what WMJ did. They decided, hey, we have to pick champions that win lane. We win lane. We try to win game from that. The only problem is though that Team Red Apple showed that, hey, we beat you in lane last time. We'll probably beat you in lane again this time. And then Where's My Jungle just doubled down on the whole, hey, we'll win this time around. And again, they lost lane, and from that, there's nothing they could have done with their team comp.
Yeah, it was individual misplays really in every lane that, when added together, led to a crazy snowball 10 minutes in that was just irrecoverable, unrecoverable. I'm making up words now.
Yeah. But yeah, that's going to be it with us today. Team Red Apple going to get their win, going to lock themselves in their top 5 spot, possibly going top 3 after everything's done with the end of the week. So Team Red Apple is going to be a team that we have to watch for. But Where's My Jungle? They're not out of the playoffs yet. They're probably going to drop to around that 8th position, which I believe it is top 8 make the playoffs. So they will still be on just the edge of that spot of trying to make it. So we'll have to see of how they're going to be able to regroup for next week. There might be we have spring break coming up soon, so but next time they play. But anyway, Doug, thanks for joining me. It was great today.
It was pretty fun. This is great fun always.
Yeah, and we have more games coming up. I believe there's a game tomorrow coming up. There's a game Saturday. There's a lot of games. So I will probably be sending you messages when I know when the games are, and we'll probably be having more casts. But everyone, thanks for watching. Team Red Apple, Where's My Jungler? Thank you for allowing us to cast your games, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.